my dear students, this is Sir Gaurav welcomes you all in our Path Maths online classes. Dear students, till now we have completed 7 chapters from 1 to 7, and the last chapter we discussed was your integration. And based on that chapter integration, today we are going to start the next chapter, which is known as applications of integration. The main application of integration is to find the area of some certain bounded regions. And dear students, these bounded regions may be symmetric or non-symmetric. So first of all, it's very necessary to discuss about the characteristics of these your symmetric figures. The first symmetric figure is your circle. You all very well know that the circle is your locus of all those points which are equidistant from a fixed point. This fixed point is known as center of the circle, and the distance between this fixed point and the path followed by all the points is known as the radius. Now let's write down the equation of the circle in standard form, which is given by x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equal to r square, where h comma k is the center of the circle and r is the radius of the given circle. But in case whenever the equation of circle is given in the form of x square plus y square is equal to r square, here 0, 0 will be the center and your r is remaining the radius, like this. This is the characteristics of circle, which is your necessary to find the area of this circle using integration. Now let's discuss about the second curve shape figure or the symmetric figure, which is known as parabola. Parabola. What is a parabola? Parabola is having a fixed point, having a fixed line, then locus of all those points which are equidistant from this fixed point and a fixed line is known as your parabola. This is of 4 types. Number 1 is your right-handed parabola. Number 2 is your left-handed parabola. Number 3 is your upward parabola. And number 4 is your downward parabola. The equation of right-handed parabola is given by y square is equal y minus k whole square is equal to 4a into x minus h. This is the standard form of the equation of a right-handed parabola. In case of left-handed parabola, this is given by y minus k whole square is equal to minus 4a into x minus h. Equation of upward parabola is given by x minus h whole square is equal to 4a y minus k. And in case of downward, this is given by x minus h whole square is equal to minus 4a of y minus k. In all the cases, in all 4 cases, the vertices is given by h comma k. Vertex is your h comma k. But in case whenever you are given with your parabola in the form of y square is equal to 4ax, y square is equal to minus 4ax, x square is equal to 4ay, and x square is equal to minus 4ay. In both the cases, the vertices are the vertex is 0, 0. They will all pass through the origin. And the figure for this is your right-handed parabola, this is left-handed parabola, this is upward parabola, this is your downward parabola. And the figure is given by like this. This is your, you can see the figure of both the parabola parabolas are given by, this is your the right-handed parabola, whose equation is given by y square is equal to 4ax, vertex is 0, 0, focus is your a, 0. Axis is your along x-axis. This is symmetric along your x-axis. And this is your the left-handed parabola given by y square is equal to minus 4ax. Again, focus is your minus a, 0, vertex is 0, 0. Its axis is also along x-axis. This is symmetric about x-axis as well. And this is your upward parabola, whose symmetry is your along y-axis, and the equation of this is given by x square is equal to 4ay. In this case, the focus is 0, a. And the last one is your downward parabola, and this is given by equation of this downward parabola is given by x square is equal to minus 4ay, and the focus is 0, minus a. Vertex is your 0, 0 for all the four parabolas. So this is your the second symmetric figure which is involved in your finding the areas of boundary regions. The next is your ellipse. The third symmetric figure or the curved shape figure is your ellipse. Number 3 is your ellipse. Ellipse is a figure in which we have two foci and two directrix. We have two fixed lines and two fixed points on your x-axis like this. We have two fixed points, two fixed lines. Then the locus of all those points whose ratio from this fixed point to the fixed line is less than 1 is known as your ellipse. उन सभी पॉइंट्स का लोकस या पाथ जिनकी डिस्टेंस का रेशियो फ्रॉम दिस फिक्स पॉइंट टू द फिक्स लाइन इज लेस देन 1 is known as ellipse. This is mainly of two types. Number 1 is your horizontal ellipse and number 2 is your vertical ellipse. This type of figure is your horizontal and this type of figure is your vertical ellipse. So now the vertex are this point, along y-axis this point and this point. Let's discuss about the equation of the ellipse. The equation of ellipse in case of horizontal, this is given by x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. It's necessary that a should be greater than b. This is the vertex given by a, 0. This is minus a, 0. This is 0, b, and this is your 0, minus b. Center will always 0, 0. It is occupying the area, equal areas in fourth quadrants. This one, this one, this one. जितना एरिया फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में होगा उतना एरिया सेकंड, थर्ड और फोर्थ में भी होगा. So in case if you want to find the area of this ellipse, then it is to be taken from 0 to a and the integration is to be done along your x-axis with respect to x. So this is the equation of horizontal ellipse in which the vertices are given by a0 and 0a minus a0. Now in case the vertical ellipse equation is given by x square by b square plus y square by a square is equal to 1, where a should be greater than b. It's also necessary. Now this is your vertical ellipse. This is your 0, a and this is your 0, minus a. This is b, 0 and this is your minus b, 0. Center will remain as 0, 0. In this case also you can take a limit from 0 to a and or 0 to b and can be take integration within the limit 0 to a with respect to x or 0 to b with respect to y. So these were the figures which are symmetric and these are very much useful. These basic characteristics are very much useful to find the area of the bounded region through your ellipse, parabola or a circle. And these were your symmetric figures. So let's discuss about the figures which are non-symmetric, but they can be your bounded along x-axis or along y-axis. So let's discuss about those figures which are not symmetric, but the figures will surely be your along x-axis or along y-axis. The region should be bounded along x-axis or y-axis. So let's discuss about the first whenever it is your along x-axis. Let's see, whenever a figure or any region is bounded along x-axis, it may be your along above x-axis or it may be your below x-axis. So first of all, when a figure is your above x-axis, like this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, any function is there which is your bounded from x is equal to a to x is equal to b. This is the function y is equal to f of x, and this is bounded from a to b. Then the area of this bounded region above x-axis and along x-axis is given by area can be obtained by going from integration of a to b f of x into dx. Its area can be obtained by from taking limit a to b for the function given function f of x into dx. Now in case whenever it is your below x-axis, if it is your below x-axis, then in this case this is your like this. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and this is your like this one. And this is your x is equal to a, and this is your x is equal to b, and function is given as f of x. Then the area of this bounded region will be given by area of this bounded region is given by from a to b minus of f of x into dx. Negative sign is to be used if it is your below your x-axis. Let's see what will happen if the area is along your y-axis. So let's discuss if the area is along y-axis. Now this is the case whenever the function can be your bounded the region along y-axis. It may be your right to the y-axis, it may be your left to the y-axis. In case whenever this is your right to the y-axis, in this case the figure may be your like this. This is your x-axis, this is your x-axis. So if it is your going from y is equal to a to y is equal to b, and this is like this, and this is your x is equal to f of y is the given function. Then the area bounded from a to b is given by area of this figure is given by from a to b f of y into dy. So this bounded region can be obtained through the integration by taking the limit from a to b f of y into dy. But in case whenever this is your given as your left to the y-axis, in this case this figure may be or like this, that we take here. This is again x-axis, x dash, this is your y-axis is there, and this is lying your if left to the y-axis. This is again y is equal to a, this is y is equal to b, and if this is your like this. Then the area of this region going from a to b will be given by area of this region is given by minus sign of from a to b f of y into dy. So the dear students, if the area is along x-axis but this is above x-axis, this is to be taken as positive function, but an area lying below x-axis and this is non-symmetric, then it is to be taken as negative function. Similarly, if right to the y-axis is there, then the function need to be taken as your positive, and if it is your left to the y-axis, then this is need to be taken as your negative function for the given value of the function. So these are the basic concepts behind your chapter number 8. So based on these concepts, we are going to start the exercise 8.1 today. And dear students, for this year, the area bounded under two curves is your cancel out from your CBSE. So we will discuss about the area bounded under only one